Hello, I'm Ashley Gillespie, and we are going to do a very quick tutorial, hopefully quick, on how to get started with Google Classroom if you've never really used Google Classroom before. So, this is my Google Classroom homepage. You can get here by just typing in classroom.google.com and it'll load, and then it'll take us right here. You can see I have a whole bunch of classes. If you are new to Google Classroom, you probably don't have quite as many as I have. But to get your class started, you need to create a class. So hit the plus sign in the top right, and then you will create a class. The join a class is if you're becoming a student. And then I'm just going to call it Miss G's Disney Dandy class. I don't know, Disney class. There we go. So we'll get that started. And we're just kind of going to make this fun to learn about today. So it is loading for us. It'll come up with a background. You can always select the theme and choose something different if you want to. There's all sorts of stuff that you can choose from. We'll make it like fun and camping. Okay, so now once you get here, it's really important that we get our students in, right? So there's a couple of ways you can do that. The way I generally do it is I give students a class code and I'll send them instructions, or if we're doing a Google Hangout or a Zoom, I'll say, okay, I need you to open a tab now, go to classroom.google.com and type in this code, and I'll show them the code. Or if you're sending these to parents and you're saying, hey, be sure your student gets logged on to Google Classroom, here's the code, you can send them that code. If you already know all of the students' emails, another option that you have is just taking all of those emails and pasting them in here. So the way I did that is I went to the People tab and then plus on the students, and then you can add them there. Or if they're already, if you're going to add them from like your district, you can type them like that and they'll pop up. So that's one option for you. I usually use the code. All right, so now we're back to Stream, which is our home page, and this is where we can give announcements to students and just kind of talk to our students. So if I click announcement, and I'm making this for just my Disney class, but if you have multiple classes, you can select your multiple classes. Or once you get your students in here, if you don't want all of your students to see it, if you just want to send it to like the girls or the boys or just this group of students, you can select which students you want to send it to. And then I will give my announcement. Welcome to our Google Classroom. Then I can tell them to watch this video. And you can do Google Drive, so I can post a paper for them to read. If you're setting up norms, you can have them read your rules or whatever. You can link to an outside website, you can link to a picture, or you can link to a YouTube video. So I might look up Disney ABC. I have no idea if there's even anything like this. There probably is, right? Looky there. Disney Buddies ABCs. So if I want to start with that, perfect. I'm going to add it. And I'm just asking the students to watch that video when they get onto our Google Classroom. Okay. Other things you can do is obviously you can assign work. So there's three different ways that you can give, and actually more than that, a few different ways you can give assignments on here. So we're just going to go through these. I will first tell you, I'm going to start with question. And the reason I want to start with question is that's what I tend to use the most. I just think it's really fast to get feedback with questions. So you can ask a question. Who is your favorite Disney princess? And if you make it a short answer, the students have to write in their answer for short answer. You can also give instructions there. But if you want to make it a multiple choice question, you can make it a multiple choice question. So I can say Belle, Merida, Ariel, and then just keep it going. So you can do that. You can make it ungraded, or you can make it worth a point or two. You can, again, assign it to multiple classes. You can assign it to a certain group of students. due date. Topic is just if you want to organize it, so you can have it like week 1, week 2, week 3. You can have it Civil War, Progressive Era, World War II, however you want to organize it. But those are just some options. And then we can ask that. You can also delay it. So if I want to schedule it to post at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can schedule it and do that. Or you can just ask. So it'll post for me. And you'll notice, I'll go ahead and show you right now. I messed up on there and I added option 4. If you need to edit the question, you'll just go to your 3 dots, edit it. And let's say I want to add, who am I going to add? Some people would say Mulan, maybe. It's a good one. Okay. So you can have it like that. I didn't save it, did I? All right. So now we're going to go to a different form of assessment. So I'm going to go create. I'm going to go backwards. I love quiz assignments. I just think Google Forms are a really quick and easy way to get some feedback for students. So I might title this Disney Colors. We're just going to go like all in with this Disney theme. One thing that I really love about these quiz assignments are if you know all your students are using Chromebooks and you can lock the quiz assignment so that that way they can't go to a different tab and like cheat. So if the question is what year did the US join World War II? I'm all about the social studies. You don't want them necessarily Googling that answer. You want to know what they already have in their brain. You can lock these assignments, and that way they can't go off to another tab, but that's only if they're using Chromebooks. All right, so when you do this, you'll see I have a blank quiz right here. For a quiz assignment, I'm going to need to create that. If you already have a Google form created that you want to use, all you'll have to do is import those questions and it'll have you choose a Google form that you've already used so that I can go ahead and do that. But be sure, this is one thing I learned the hard way, be sure you always have their name on there. I tend, because I like to like really organize stuff, I tend to do first name and last name. But if you just want to have a name, you can. I'm just going to go ahead and do this because that's the way I normally do it. So I do first name, last name, and obviously that's an ungraded thing. I also like to require the questions. That way they can't just like skip it because they didn't feel like doing it. All right, so now we're going to add some other questions. So one thing I can do is I can type in, let's see, maybe I want to ask, who is wearing, actually, we'll do this. Yeah. Who is wearing a yellow dress? Okay. And you can type in, like, if you think they already know, you can type in like these, that sort of thing. Or what I love about these is you can also add pictures. So let's say that I want them to look for pictures. I can do Belle. I do Belle Disney. And let's see. We'll just use that one. I can also go look it up, but we're just going to use it like this for right now. So there's option 1. And then I can keep on going. So, well, who are we going to get now? I'm sorry. These are my favorites. Okay. Insert her. And so now they can choose based off of the color. Again, I require that. And if you're going to make this a grade, go ahead and give it a point. So that's just one thing you can do. There's all sorts of ways that you can ask questions. So that was multiple choice. You can have them do short answer. You can have them do paragraph. You can have them do check boxes. So you can ask, trying to think of what I might do. Where are Disney parks located? And I can do Anaheim, Paris, Tokyo, Orlando. I wish, right? And then require that and make it 1 point. Also be sure, I forgot about this earlier, you have to check, you have to tell your answer key what is correct. So I would need to check what I have finished. If you don't do that, it's going to count them wrong. So up here, I didn't do that. Add answer feedback. Oh, I need to pick the right answer. So Belle is wearing the yellow dress. So be sure you do that, or it won't give the students the right answer. So again, we have that there. And you can just keep adding questions. Like I said, you got multiple choice, short answer, checkbox, drop down, linear scale. That's like, I use that a lot if I'm doing data. So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 4, that sort of thing. Multiple choice grid I use if I do like 13 colonies. So like identify what state number 1 is or what colony number 1 is, that sort of thing. Date and time, that's like if you just want to see what time it is. Anyway, that's the way I do that. I really love these. And then if you make sure that you do those answer feedbacks, we can see here that this assignment is worth 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and put on here that it's worth 2 points. And then when a student completes this assignment, say done, we've assigned it. Once they do that, here's our thing. So once they go through and they take this quiz, then we would be able to look on here and see what grade they got. It'll just automatically, as long as in your assignment you have selected that you want to import grades right here, as soon as they finish it, it will tell you what grade they got, which is really great if you want to identify mastery and students that you need to check back in with. It'll tell you very, very quickly which students you need to go check in with. So other things. Let's see. Oh, we've got a few other ways that you can create an assignment. So let's say there's the regular assignment. These I do sometimes, but mainly for bigger projects, just because they take a little bit longer to grade and they're harder to get quick feedback on. So let's say that I want to create an assignment that's like Disney ABC slideshow. So you can give them an option like create a doc, slideshow, or Flipgrid. Teaching me the ABCs using Disney characters. How fun would that be? Okay, so you can give them a template if you want to. So a lot of times I give students templates. I'm just going to look at a template that I already have created. And here's like a slideshow template that I did. So if I'm doing that, I'll make it to where every student will get a copy of this. That way, every student has their own. They're not going to, it is just their personal one. And it'll all already be created with their name on it, and they can edit it. If I want to like give the students a rubric that they just see that I don't want them to edit, I'm going to make sure that I don't click make a copy. I'm just going to click students can view the file. The only time you want students can edit file, which is not going to be that often, the only time you would want to do that is if you literally want every single student on one document. So maybe you're putting out a sign up for this, or give everybody a about me slide and create an about me slide. And you already have the slideshow that has like Angela, Billy, Cade, then they can go on that and edit their personal slide on the big slideshow. That's the only reason you would want them all editing the same one. So normally you're just going to make a copy for each student, or students can view it. It's really messy when you have 30 students on one document. And again, you can assign this to multiple classes. You can assign this to a specific group of students. You can choose how many points it's worth. But on the student side of it, which I'll show you in a little bit, they will get to create a Google Doc. They can add a slideshow, or they can even add a link. So sometimes I give Flipgrid assignments, and the student will put the link to their Flipgrid on there. That's the way you use assignments, but they take a little longer to grade. So that's why I normally tell people, if you're going to create stuff on Google Classroom and you want quick feedback, use question or use quiz assignment. Assignments are like a project. All right. I think that's all I have here on grades. You can kind of see, we don't have anything here yet, but you can kind of see what students have gotten. Let's look at this from a student perspective really quickly. So this is a demo class I'm in. So these are announcements that were made. You will have announcements and classwork all show up on the homepage. The classwork will look like this, so it's not going to be huge. It just tells you like a little blurb. This is an assignment. So the first assignment that was posted here was a question. Those are those things that I love because, again, kids can just answer it really, really quickly. I want to learn about slides. And then I would turn it in. And then on my end of it, I would just see all of the students' answers right there. I'm not going to save that. And so for an assignment, again, same sort of thing. It's just going to take a little bit longer for you to grade because a student is literally going to add an assignment that they've either already done or they're going to create an assignment. So I had something here. So I would just add, maybe I want to make a Google. See, this says write a paragraph. So I would have to create a doc. Again, you can do that with a question. It just gives them not a huge space, but I think it's a little easier to grade instead of opening up 30 or more different assignments. And so then I would create my assignment. When I finished it, the student a lot of them will end up sharing it. But I tell them, don't share it. You just have to turn it in. You already have share rights to everything. So they don't have to share it with you. You already own it because it's in your Google Classroom. Anyway, that is all I have. I love Google Classroom. I use it all the time. It is so easy and it makes giving feedback to students very, very quick, which is great because feedback is what keeps that learning loop going. If you have any questions at all, I would love to help. Please reach out to me. I am Ashley Gillespie. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at AR_Gillespie. You can send me an email, Ashley, ASHLEIGH, the letter K09 @gmail.com, or just reach out to me, send me a text message. I will get back to you. Thank you so much. I really hope that this helped. Bye.